My guest today is a woman of substance, full of poise, and an example of what a woman should be. This has earned her the label Ambassador of Peace from the Association of World Peace Advocates. She's an activist, a writer, a public speaker, and who has, to her credit, a published book titled Burning Hot. Mrs. Amb Ivy King believes that family values and a good name are very important in life. We need to go back to our values because that will make us a great nation. Did you know that? Let's go hear some more from her. My name is Edakwile, and today I am discussing with the eminent Ambassador Amb Ivy King. I am in her space. Ambassador, let's meet you. I'm so happy to be in your space today.
Thank you.
Thank you for granting me this interview. Yeah, thank you. Please let's know more about you.
Okay.
You are an ambassador
Yeah.
of peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was nominated for that role in 2014 by the International Association of World Peace Advocates, and as part of my responsibilities, I speak at UN events. I also do programs that promote what the ideals of the UN, especially as it has to do with women and girls.
Okay.
But primarily, I see myself, I'm a writer. I love to write.
Okay.
I have a book I published in 2012,
Okay.
Burning Hot, and I'm even working on the movie for that book.
Okay. So what is your passion? What are you passionate about?
Yeah, I'm passionate about writing, advocating for the families.
Okay.
I run my company, HTT Communications, and is something that has fulfilled a childhood desire, to publish all things publishing and print as well. Yeah. So I advocate for the family, for a return to those values that seems to be eroded by civilization, because a lot of the things that made us a people, a lot of the things that kept us going, we are gradually losing that as a result of the things that are happening now, modernization. We used to have a situation where it is said that a child belongs to the community. We are fast losing that, because if you try to discipline somebody's child today,
you're in trouble.
You're in soup, pepper soup. Yeah.
So what inspires you?
Okay, what inspires me? Well, I'm inspired by when I see, for instance, a child who is well behaved. When I see a girl, who has confidence in herself and then has those values. She's not a pushover by any man, because I believe that women do not just exist as appendages to the men. They also have their roles. But like I always like to specify, it's not a competition with the men, because we have our roles to fulfill and the men also have, and it's supposed to be like a complementary relationship. But because of what is happening out there in society, a lot of people tend to make it look as if women are in competition with the men. It's not that at all.
Let's say that if you train a girl child, you train a community?
A community,
okay.
Yeah.
So let's focus on women now. Okay. What do you do for women?
Okay.
How are you empowering women?
Last year, I had a training in Akwa Ibom where we tagged that training West. Okay. West means Women Empowerment Skills Training. Okay. And it was a pilot thing which succeeded beyond our wildest imagination.
And it was just the pilot?
Yeah, and it was just the pilot, because we trained over 110 women, got facilitators in different skills area. We taught the women soap making and other household detergents. We taught them beads making, and other things that have to do with jewelry making. And we taught them the makeup and the gele. We did catering as well, and 5 different skill sets. The women were empowered with these skills, but we did not just focus on just going there, training the women, and then going away, because we also got guest speakers to come all the way to speak to them, because sometimes it's all about the mindset, the kind of mindset a woman has. A lot of people give themselves excuses. Maybe I didn't come from a rich background. Maybe my father did not send me to school, or my children are not giving me time. Those kind of things. So we attack that mentality also. And also the mentality of thinking that you have to wait for a man to give you what you want in order for you to proceed. So these guest speakers spoke to the women. I got Chinyere Nokuru, who was one time special advisor on poverty alleviation in Lagos State. She came down to Akwa Ibom with me, spoke to the women. I got Ayo Megbube, who started her moi moi business with 1,000. We all know the story. She got to the White House, and it's easily something that somebody would have disregarded. But from the little she had, she was able to make much from it.
Let's talk about how the journey has been so far. How do you get funded?
That's the $1 million question. Because that first training we did was a purely private initiative. I just shared the idea after there's another friend of mine, this is in Unuk. I just mentioned to her that, oh, I'm going to Akwa Ibom, this is what I want to do. I didn't mention it to her thinking she would want to get involved. I just wanted, she's somebody that I respect a lot, and from time to time we talk. I run ideas by her and all that. She's an older friend and a very dear one. So when I mentioned it to her, immediately she jumped at the idea. She said, wow, interesting idea, she wants to be part of it. And she collaborated with me on that training. So that between two of us, we pulled resources together. But apart from that, the students paid 10,000. But out of the 110 students that came, I don't think the people that paid that 10,000 were even up to 40 or so. Because a lot of people, I had someone there who said, okay, I'm going to pay for 25 students. My husband said, okay, I'll support you, I'm going to pay for 40 students, 40 increase, like that. So that's how we're doing it. Yeah.
So apart from when you are not empowering girls or empowering women, what else do you do?
The business.
Okay, hold it thought. Let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, so let's talk about the superwoman thing. How do you juggle all this?
I don't believe
you are a mother, you are a wife, you are a mother, you are a businesswoman, different aspects of business. So tell us how you juggle it.
It's the end of the show.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are discussing with Mrs. King, and she was just about telling us the other aspect of her life, working with her husband. Please tell us more about that.
Okay, I work with my husband in Protection Plus Services Limited. Protection Plus Services is a security company. We do maritime security. We do your usual guards that you see in companies and all, and we escort vessels offshore. Yeah, we have what we call DLOs. DLOs are like liaison officers that we put on vessels to work with Navy.
You seem to be a superwoman. You do it all. How do you manage to do this?
What I want to explain, security is not my core. That's my husband's passion. But I'm executive director of communications, and what my own arm does is the printing thing, the branding of the company, and then of course we have the CSR arm. We go to schools, we call it security clinic. We go to schools and organizations and talk to them about security, give them free security tips, talk about child sexual abuse and all that. So I directly oversee that, but I leave the core security thing to
your husband. Okay, so let's talk about the superwoman thing. How do you juggle all this?
I don't believe
you are a mother, you are a wife, you are a mother, you are a businesswoman, different aspects of business. So tell us how you juggle it.
Okay, I think what helps me to juggle is the fact that, one, I don't believe in a superwoman. To me, it's a myth. I believe in taking the help where I get it. I don't, there's some people that will tell you I cannot have a maid in my house. No maid can enter. I don't believe in that. I don't. I have two of them, who are like older siblings to my children, and they help me.
They have to help.
My husband will tell me that if he wanted a cook, would have employed one. So it doesn't have to be you who is pounding the yam for him. There's some men that if it's not you pounding, you're not eating.
So thank God for your husband.
So it helps me a lot to be able to juggle.
Taking it back a little to not believing in a superwoman. What advice would you give to the young ones? Because it clearly means that you married your husband, he understands your dreams, your focus, he encourages you. How about some people that do not have that? What advice would you give to the young ones that maybe want to get married and all that? What should they look for?
You know what? I'll say something. A lot of women are not true to themselves. You know your passions, you know your dreams. There are women that have gotten married and killed their passion.
Most women
they get married and then the things they aspire for, they don't do it anymore.
Are they the ones that killed it or the husbands killed it?
No, because foundation matters.
Okay.
When you're dating the guy, two of you, is at that point. It's not a time where you keep staring into each other's eyes and it's all lovey-dovey.
What should
you
do?
The love is good, but you know these are times that you get to find out things about each other.
Okay.
What can you take? What can you not take? If you know that you're going to marry this man who is going to feel threatened by the idea of you, there's some men that they just want you as a trophy wife. They don't want you to do anything. If you step out, if one man even smiles at you, is a huge problem.
Okay.
So those are the kind of things that they need to check from foundation and then agree on it. Because a lot of women think that they can change a man after they marry. It's a lie.
You can't change.
Because marriage,
if you get Coke, it's Coke. You get Fanta,
honestly,
it's Fanta.
marriage just brings out the person
real
more,
person.
the real
Yeah.
person.
Okay.
Because during courtship or dating, they're even trying small to impress you, so that you don't run away. By the time you get in, the real person shows.
the same thing goes for women. Women
So
do
that's the
same
thing.
Yeah.
You need to understand the person you're in this relationship with,
Okay.
and know whether he's going to be somebody that will help to push you to the highest level,
or whether he's
somebody
a
that will
dream
help
killer.
will kill your dreams. So it matters. Like when my husband met me, I was as a young person, which is another thing I want to bring up, because you replicate on a higher level things that you have been doing at a lower level.
Please say that again. Say that again.
You replicate at a higher level the things you have been doing at a lower level.
You don't just wake up one day to do okay to do
of
big
course, by
things.
reason of new knowledge, information, you can decide to try.
Okay.
You know, but what you've always done at a lower level, you replicate it at the high. The only thing is that you keep adding knowledge to it.
You expand it. Yeah.
So my husband met me as let me use the word activist.
Okay.
In the sense that if it was something to do with women or girls, I was very vocal about it, and he understood that about me, and he even at that point he was encouraging. He wasn't threatened by me.
Okay.
In fact, when I said yes to him, I remember I was active in my church youth fellowship, and a lot of the guys there went to him and said, "How did you get this girl to agree? She's tough. She's blah blah blah." So he knows that already. So it's not something that, okay, I woke up in marriage and now decided to do this. It didn't come as anything different. He has always known that about me. And even from childhood, it goes way back to childhood.
Yeah,
it didn't just start.
Okay. Let's talk more about family values, but let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take off from there. You stay with us, we'll be right back.
The kind of family I grew up in, I had parents who were sticklers for honesty. I didn't grow up in a kind of home that they will see you with something they didn't buy for you and they overlook. Okay. You have to explain where you got it from and all that.
It's the end of the show.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, we are still discussing with the eminent ambassador, Amb Ivy King, on family values this time. Please take it off from there. What would be your advice on families, how to build their family values and hold on to it and be an example to other people?
It's an area I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
Because
family,
I've come to understand that the family is the bedrock of society.
Okay.
We complain there's corruption in the society, this and that, but if you trace it back, it's family. What kind of values did these leaders have growing up? Okay. I think one of the things that I've enjoyed growing up is the kind of family I grew up in. I had parents who were sticklers for honesty. I didn't grow up in a kind of home that they will see you with something they didn't buy for you and they overlook. Okay. You have to explain where you got it from and all that. So I had solid values growing up, and those are the kind of things I want to impute into my own children. Because it's difficult raising children in this generation. There's so many things happening,
so many distractions,
and then the children, you're even trying to teach some values. They go out there, they see their friends do certain things and come back to you, mommy, why can't we, mommy, why can't we? And then you have to explain. Like my oldest, she's 13, she just got her phone when she turned 13, and I know parents that have given their children phones from when they were 8, you know, and now the brother who is younger is saying he wants his own phone, and we say no, you can't have your phone until you're that age. So I talk to them. I maintain a very close relationship with my children. Every single morning they come into my room, you know, we talk and then we pray together. I have an opportunity to sound them out, to know what they are listening to know what ideas they have in their heads, so that I can be in the best position to correct that. I encourage them to talk to me. I encourage them. I talk to them about sex. I talk to them about relations. These are things that our own parents couldn't really do for us, you know, the sex thing, the relationship thing. The highest I ever got from my mom was that you just stand beside a man.
Pregnancy, doc. You
understand? But that was enough for us then. Now, the children of these days, they will sit you down and educate you. So we talk. And one of the things that I encourage them to take a confession every morning, that you're ambassadors of heaven. Whatever you do, wherever you are, your parents may not be there following you all around, but understand that there's a God who sees anything you do and is watching, he's rewarding. So you're representing him first of all wherever you are, and then secondly, you're ambassadors of the King's family. By the grace of God, as their parents, we try to live a life that they emulate. I have an only son, 3 girls, and if he bullies the sisters, we don't take it lightly with him. You know, there's some women that if he's an only son in a society where the male is considered to be everything, they treat him like the best thing that has happened after the microwave was invented.
This is the best thing.
He's a sacred cow. He cannot cook. He cannot. His sisters, he will eat, and the sisters will wash their plates. So we don't encourage that. You know?
Okay, for our viewers out there who are listening right now and they will want to be empowered and they're like, I don't know where to go to. How do I go about it? Do you have any advice for them?
If they want to be empowered.
Yeah, trainings,
okay.
you...
Like, I recently unveiled my foundation, the Save Our Women and Girls Foundation. And one of the things that we intend to do, you know, I've been doing the empowerment thing informally. So we've now put a structure to it to be able to do more. And we are going to be having a lot of mentorship programs, empowering programs for the women and the girls. And apart from that, because when people hear Save Our Women and Girls, a lot of people, their minds automatically go to violence against women, domestic violence, sexual abuse, and all that. We are not going to delve into that at all. But we would rather support other foundations who are already doing that. For
because
instance,
there are lots of people doing that
I have
already.
an older friend who runs Project Alert on Violence Against Women, and she's doing an excellent job. I had the opportunity of visiting her shelter for women, and she doesn't have any support or funding from government. She just relies on the goodwill of friends, and so somebody like that, my foundation would support. You understand? If we get funds, we can decide, okay, this shelter, take this towards the maintenance of the... So we are not advocating directly, but we are doing it indirectly, while we run our own mentoring programs and empowerment programs. As a U.S. Ambassador of Peace, what are your core duties? Okay, what I do, you know, the UN is an NGO and they have their values and everything. So I represent their ideals. There are so many different aspects. It's a whole lot, it's broad. So I've narrowed my own down to the women and the girls. Those are the groups, the vulnerable groups I want to advocate for. So I get invited to meetings, UN organized meetings where I speak, and then support what they are doing on my own scale. Recently you were honored with what again? Okay, the Nigerian Army School of Public Relations. What do you do that? Ambassador of the school. What's that about again? That one is a military setting. You know, the idea is that I bring my experiences in the civil society to bear in their schools. I'm expected to organize talks, trainings and things like that to help support what the school is doing.
I still marvel at how you get to do it all, juggle all this together. I would say, you say you're not a superwoman, but you are a superwoman. Thank you so much for granting me this interview. I so appreciate it. More grace to your elbow.
Thank you very much.
You stay with us, we'll be right back.